Hi everyone, TeriGigi here. This is like my second or third time trying this, so we're going with whatever happens in this video. I'm putting it up online. Anyway, today we're here to talk about Bible journaling, art journaling, prayer journaling. There's many words for it, but I've started doing it recently and it is life-changing. So let me give you a little backstory. Many years ago, like 20 something, I was at a retreat or a Bible conference or something, and this woman talked about writing her prayers out. And I was like, what the heck is that? And I knew in my heart that every time I prayed, my mind would wander into a million different directions. And so as they talked about it, I thought, maybe if I wrote out what I was praying, it would help keep me focused, okay? So I did that many years. I did that. I have just a sampling of my prayer journals here, and as I was packing up, I was trying to figure out what to do with them. So let me show you a shot of just a few of them now. Okay, that is some of my prayer journals. Now, back then, all I did was write, longhand, write out my prayers, like the whole prayer, okay? Some people list their prayers, some people write them out in paragraphs, like a letter, whatever you want to do. But, and so I did that for, like I said, 20 years. I don't even know. I've been seeing different things online recently about prayer or art journaling or Bible journaling, actually, is kind of what it's called. If you want to Google it, you can find all kinds of things online. You can find all kinds of videos about it. But we're not going to get super technical here like some of those do, where they like walk you through. There's different ways to do it. What is Bible journaling? Well, to some people, it's where you go to a bookstore or online and you buy a Bible that is specifically designed for Bible journaling. Some of them, they all have really wide margins on the side of the Bible so that you can write or do art. Some people cover the page in paint. Some people do things on the side. And the Bible that they have has all the text and just the wide margins. That's one way to go, depending on how you feel about it. Now remember, this is a self-expression. It is a self-expression to the Lord. So you don't have to worry. If you cover the text, that's between you and God, okay? I decided I didn't really want to do that kind of a journaling because there's only one Bible that I love. It's my Bible from when I first got married, so I've had it like 35 years. So I'm not about to paint over that, but it's all written in. I don't have any problem writing in it or anything like that. So I didn't really want to do that kind of Bible journaling. Also, you can buy different Bibles. Like there's one called Inspire. That's one I bought, I returned, I bought, and I returned because it didn't come in the version that I wanted. And also, all my notes are in that Bible. 35 years of notes are in my Bible, so I don't want to change. So I knew I wanted to do my art journaling in a different spot. But the Inspire Bible is a different take. It's got the wide margins. Most of them are blank, but every couple of pages or so, there'll be a verse just beautifully written out that you can color. And as you're coloring it or, filling it in or whatever, you can ponder what the verse says. And I'm telling you, it works. It really works to help keep you focused. Well, I didn't want to do, of course, either one of those. So I just took the prayer journal I was already writing my prayers out in, and this all started when I got the book, Draw the Circle, and I read one of the days was about George Washington Carver and how God had revealed to him through prayer about the peanut and all the inventions he made from the peanut. And so I was really inspired about nature and all these different things. And there was another day, it was about the mustard seed and this one plant seed, I don't remember, and how small the seed is of a sequoia tree. So I was all into it. So I did some art, some trees and different things, okay? And it was so fun to do right there where I was writing over here and I drew my thing out over here and I was like, oh, okay, this is something I can do. This is a different way. So in a minute, I'm going to flip through 2 or 3 pages, maybe 4, of my prayer journal where I've got some art in it. I can't show you a lot of it because a lot of it's personal because there'll be people's names written on it and stuff. But y'all, it is so fun. Okay. First of all, you either need the Bible you're going to use or a journal that you're going to use. I have some examples here of different kinds of journals you can use. Here's one that I haven't used yet. I don't remember. Someone gave it to me. Oh, I'm trying to remember and I don't. But anyway, it's a beautiful journal and it's just got some lined pages. So this would be really good to do art in and put your prayers in it too. Here's another example. You could use a smaller book like this. This was given to me by one of my subscribers and it's beautiful. Inside each page, it's got a Bible verse and it's got a quote at the bottom. So this, if you don't want to do a lot, something like this might work, right on one side, do some kind of art on the other. So something on a smaller scale might work for you. I've got this that I've had for a long time. It's a beautiful sketchbook and it's got blank big pages. Like if I was super ambitious, I might try something like this. If you don't want to invest any money or you don't have an empty blank journal sitting around your house, just go to Walmart and get something cute like this. This is how I started. I started all of my original prayer journals were in spiral notebooks because I had no money. I had 3 little kids and I just needed something for 39 cents, from Walmart. This was probably $1. I think I got this for 10 cents one day at Walmart. They had a bunch of clearance years ago and it's still blank. So you could always use something like this. Super simple, super easy. Go for it. Here are some supplies that I use. Now I want to tell you right up front, I spent very little money. Most of this stuff I had in the closet. First of all, here's the Bible I was telling you about that I've used forever. It has my name on it and it's just full of notes. It's really old. I'm afraid that the cover's about to fall off, so I don't know what I'm going to do when that happens. I'm going to get it redone somehow. I think you can do that. So here's my Bible. So you can see this is, the reason I like this Bible is because it has no notes in it. So I cannot get bogged down reading the notes instead of the word. And but you can see there's no place here that I would even try to do any kind of art. Also, these are the really super thin pages, so it would pretty much go through. Anyway, a lot of them have a little bit thicker paper. And you can get special pens and pencils that won't bleed through. I mean, it goes on and on. Here is what a lot of times, like right here in front of me, you can't see it, but it's one of those rolly carts from IKEA. It's a 3-tiered cart. In this rolly cart, I keep everything. A lot of times I keep it all in here, but then a lot of times, depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing, I keep it in here. This little bag I got at a gift shop years ago in Tampa. I got this bag and it's perfect. My Bible fits in there. Whatever books I'm reading at the time, Bible-wise, like I've still got my Draw the Circle book in here. I've got my Fervent book in here. In this, here's the journal I'm using right now that I'll show more of in a minute over there at my desk. Here's another book that I've been looking through and reading. So I have those in here. I also have this pouch. If you're interested, I got it at a Container Store. And inside there's just scraps, scrap paper and scrap things that I have collected over the years. I've got a lot of really cool vintage type stuff that I got when I took a class once. I bought this stuff when I thought I was going to use the Happy Planner and then I hated the Happy Planner. Well, I've got some of the stickers left over that I can use in my Bible journal. So I didn't throw those away even though I didn't think I'd ever use them. Here is one of the things I bought. I've transferred it to a Ziploc bag. And it's just different cards and things, just cute little art. because I am not artistic, so I might take, like this says goals, and I might write something down there. Or on here, I might write a list of prayers out for specific people. Or I might grab this and write something. Or I might grab this and write my 3 kids' names on it while I'm praying for them, and then glue it in there and do some doodles on it. It's just, it's really fun, and it really keeps you focused. I'm telling you, it works. And then I've got those. I've got smaller ones here, and then I've got real tiny ones here. I hope you can see little tiny ones. So that's something that's in here. And then I have a lot of this, again, came from when I did Brave Girls Club. I got some of this kind of stuff, and I just cut it out and use it. You can go crazy spending money. I've got a lot of words and different things I can use. Again, that came from that class I took. So anyway, there's all kind of stuff in here that I can clip and do. Okay, so that's on my rolly cart or in my bag, whichever. I have these things, especially good for draw the circle, because you can draw a little circle, you can draw a big circle and write things in it. Here's, you know, or if you want to do some scallop art around the page that you're working on. Here's another thing with little circles. So that's just some stencils that I probably belonged to my kids 100 years ago. In this bag, I just keep some, my favorite markers are Flair Pens, and they don't bleed through this. But if you're going to use a Bible, you need to check and see what bleeds through, because if it bleeds through and ruins the page behind it, it's not worth much, right? Now, here's my obsession. Pen markers. Here's super skinny markers. Here's a bunch more Flair pens and some calligraphy pens and some gel pens. I use these. Here are some, oh, here's my markers, my Prisma color, not markers, pencils. These are the best pencils, y'all. I did purchase these. This is the other thing I purchased, was a set of the Prisma color pencils. They're really cool. They draw beautifully. They're real smooth. And you can get this other pencil, and it's clear, and you can blend colors together if you want. I have scissors here. I have pencils here. Here's some other markers from IKEA that I have. So I've got all this in these little glass things. Then I have this book. Well, I have this. So funny. I've not used these, y'all, but crayons make me happy. So I have this little beautiful dish that my friend Fancy gave to me, and I want to use it, but it doesn't fit on my bathroom counter with all the rest of my junk. So I just put my little crayons on it and just keep them there, because crayons remind me of being a kid and they make me happy. And someday I'll color something with crayons. And then I have this box. I told you I didn't have many supplies. Pencils, pens, markers, and this box. This box has got the special sharpener that you have to buy for the Prismacolor pencils. I've got glue sticks. I've got a few washi tapes, not many. I've got whiteout because I hate making mistakes. I've got matches to light my candle. I've got this little glue thing. And I've got some paper corners and an eraser. And that's it. That's all I use. That's my whole thing, okay? So you don't need to spend a lot of money. Now, let's go take a look at my art journal. Okay, ladies, here is my prayer journal. But today we're talking about prayer journaling with art. So I'm going to show you a couple of pages that I've done. Okay, here's a page that one of the first pages I did. I covered up the other page because this page under here is full of text that you don't need to read. But here, I just did this page and I just colored it. I am not artistic. It's obvious I'm not. I used my clip art. I just wrote on here, I am under an umbrella of God's love and protection. And there's an umbrella. And this is like supposed to be the sky. And here's a light and it says heaven sent. He brought me to the banquet hall, and his banner over me is love. Song of Solomon 2:14. I am covered, and so is my family. This is on 6/20, June 20th. This is right after I think I did this one while I was here at the apartment, and I had left Houston, not permanently, but I was here for a couple of weeks. And I was just thinking about the fact that I'm not there for my kids, my grandkids, but you know what? I'm covered by God, and so are they. So this was kind of a reminder to me that we're all covered. I don't need to worry about it. Okay, this was just a fun page I did. It is when I was sitting here in Alabama, and I drew the state out, and I drew this thing around it, and actually I copied this out of something, a magazine or something. So that was, and on this side under here is all praying about living here, and are we gonna like it, and we gotta find a place. Well, we had found a place, but anyway, so there's another example. Here's an example. I had this house, this picture of this house, and I colored it and I circled it because we needed at the time to sell our townhome. So I wrote out a prayer there about selling our townhome. Now this particular page is my Beaver Cleaver idea of my daughter's family and my son-in-law and Luke and Layla, my grandkids. And I was just saying, you know, praying for them, wanting, you know, the old-fashioned life for them, which is, you know, not around anymore. But I wanted, you know, a lot of times people will call God your truth teller, and I wanted him to pour truth over the family, and here they are praying together. And I know that God established their home and their family, and that's what this page was about. It was all about praying for my one daughter, son, my oldest daughter, son-in-law, and grandkids. Okay, now this was an interesting page. I'm almost finished, bear with me. I had read in something, I think it might have been the Circle Book, about the Watchtower. And there's a lot of verses about the Watchtower in the Bible. And I wanted a watchtower. I wanted to draw one. Obviously, this one's way out of proportion. But let me explain something to you. If you are not artistic, okay, all you do is have your phone near you and you Google Doodle Watchtower or Watchtower drawing or whatever you're wanting to draw. If you're not artistic, like I can't think of something like this in my head and draw it. I have to look at it. So I had it right next to me on my phone, like sitting right here on my phone, and I drew this out and I colored it. This is with my Prismacolor markers. Here's some binoculars. And this is just a verse and different things talking about that God's watching over us. There's always someone in the watchtower. Even when we're sleeping, you know, no matter what we're doing, he's watching over us. And that's what this page reminds me of. Okay, right here is a fun page I did, but I was really worried about something when I did this page. Not worried, I should use the word concerned. My daughter Lexi, this is when she had found the 2 lumps in her breast, and the doctor had made it sound super scary, and I was about to fly to Florida to go with her to her big appointment, right? So Florida makes me happy. It's a happy place to me. So I wanted so badly, I wanted our trip my visit with her to be happy. So, you know, I said travel safety, and I have the airplane, and I wanted peace and joy, and I wanted to see my friends, and I wanted us to have fun. I wanted us to have creativity because we were going to be doing some things in her house. And then down here is where I just talked about the doctor's appointment and walk beside us and stuff like that. So this was kind of thinking about that trip, praying for that trip. Instead of just writing it out and listing it out, I drew it out. And y'all, stuff like this sticks in your head, okay? Sticks in your head. It's great. This one came from my friend Diane's Bible, the Inspire Bible. And this was on the column, the side column of one of her pages. And during Hurricane Harvey that came to Houston, where she was living, she colored this column, this page, this margin. Well, she texted it to me or sent it to me or something. Well, I just took my phone and I copied it out. Now, this doesn't look exactly or near as good as the one that was in her Bible pre-printed, but I really enjoyed drawing this, praying for my family there. You know, I had a son and a daughter in Houston while it was hitting this, then the flooding and all the things that happened. This really meant a lot to me. Okay, I have one more to show you. Okay, this is the last one I'll show you. I did this one recently. I had shared in another video how Diane had sent me a text about freedom, and being free from worry about my kids, even though they were all in Texas and Florida and I'm sitting here in Alabama. And what the heck does that mean? I don't know. So I found this clip art of this girl and this butterfly, and this just talks about freedom. And then there's a verse from Galatians here about freedom, and that Christ has set you free from all that, and you don't need to be chained to all these worries and just worries and fears and everything. You can be like you were when you were a little girl and just think happy thoughts and free thoughts and just try to do this. And y'all, it is possible. Anyway, that's the last page of my journal I'm going to talk about, and now I will wrap up the video. Okay, I hope that you kind of got an idea of what prayer journaling is for me using art. I'm telling you, it really, really makes a difference. It does take some time. I don't do it every morning at all. But when I'm really inspired by something I've learned or read, a lot of times that's when I grab my stuff. I'm telling you, right now as I sit here and I think about my prayer journal, I cannot picture one single page where I just wrote out my prayers, but I can remember every art page. There's something about art that connects you on a different level. Writing longhand with your hand and your pen, I think connects you on a different level than typing or speaking or praying with your eyes closed silently. You can do all those things, but something about art. I mean, God made, He is the creator of creativity. And so there's no surprise that art connects us in a new way, in a different way. I wish I'd been doing this for years, but when I had a bunch of little kids, I don't think I would have taken the time to do it, but I wish I would have. So I'm glad now that I have free time, although y'all, I set my phone or clock, that's a combo word, a clone. I set my phone every morning for somewhere between 5 and 6. And that is where I find the time to spend a lot more time on doing this kind of a thing. And it makes you want to get out of bed when you think, oh, I could do some art this morning. Now, if you really want to get into this and you're artistic, oh my gosh, just like I said, go on Facebook, go on YouTube and put Bible journaling, and you will never run out of videos of women that do this. They're amazing. And they have huge craft closets dedicated to it and so many art supplies. But I kind of wanted to show you a streamlined way of doing it, because when I decided to do this, I knew that I'm the type of person that could get bogged down buying stuff for my craft and never doing the craft. Have you ever done that? You can buy stuff and go home and arrange it and put it up in the cabinet and feel like you've really accomplished something. You didn't accomplish anything but spending money and arranging your stuff, and then it just sits there. So when you go more streamlined and you just have a few things. I'll show you one more thing. Doodling in itself is a very peaceful, beautiful thing to do. It is so fun. But I only doodle little stars and stuff. Like I said, I'm not artistic. But online, y'all, there's these people that just doodle for you while you're watching them. And what I do is there's a couple of certain girls I watch, they're all like 12, and they'll be doodling, and you can pause it and you can do the same doodle. So much fun. And then you can use those doodles, you can look back at them, and you can doodle in your art journal. And you know what? I think God just sits there and smiles at how crazy we all are and how much fun we're having. He wants us to enjoy Him. He doesn't want us over there with a hammer and chisel trying to chisel out the 10 Commandments. We don't have to do that anymore. We can have fun because we have so much at our disposal. But this is my journaling book. I've had this for years. It's actually like an art, I don't know what they call it. See, I'm so unartistic. I don't know what this is called. Like a sketchbook. It's a sketchbook. I don't know where it came from, but I sketch in this thing all the time. Stuff like this. Y'all, this is so, so relaxing. Put down the Facebook. Put down your phone. Get off of social media and get in your own head. And it is a blast. I'll show you a couple more doodles. Some of them are so pathetic, I would never show you my... Oh, this is... Like, here's a doodle. I was making a cup for my son, a coffee cup, where you put the Sharpie on it and bake it in the oven. And I did one of that guy that did that series about drugs and stuff. I forget the name of it. Breaking Bad. So that was my Breaking Bad doodle when I was practicing. Anyway, there's hardly anything on here I can show you because it's all so bad. Like, here's a page I probably did while I was watching someone online. Just kind of doodle some things like this. So again, if you have something in your prayer journal and you want to draw a specific thing, I don't even know what, anything, a tree, a rose, a flower, anything, and you can't do it out of your head, you just get your little phone and you do it really quickly. Don't get bogged down in the phone part, but just put rose doodle or something like that. Now, a lot of times when you write doodle, you'll get those doodle dogs, those poodle doodles, whatever they're called. There's some kind of a mix. That will pop up a lot. So you can also put drawing and you'll kind of get, but drawing is usually more intricate. That's why I like to put doodles. Anyway, don't worry about it. It's all on the World Wide Web and you will have fun searching it out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope I hit all the high points. If you have any questions, or I'm sure you don't have any questions because I'm not an expert, but you can certainly go online, like I said, and look at the other videos. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll talk to you later. Bye.